Today. Hi, I'm Julie Deanne. I just wanted to jump on here today to tell you a story about how you can befriend fear, how fear is a signal and it's actually helping you. And by the way, welcome to Illuminate Your Life, where we are here to shine your light. So the story goes back to when I was a teenager. And we were on a family vacation and I was the one driving the vehicle. And it was in the summertime and we happened to be going through a busy stretch of a city. And most everybody in the car was kind of asleep because it was, one of those hot summer afternoons. And, it was just, everybody was sleepy and dozing, except me. I was driving the vehicle and feeling pretty good about it, right? And as we were going through the town, we started to run into some lights. And so, again, it was very congested. There was a lot of traffic. And at one point, I remember there were a lot of cars. I was like in the middle lane, so there were cars on the right and the left and in front of me and behind me. And I was kind of, I found a pocket, right? I found the empty spot and I was just zooming right through. And all of a sudden, from the back seat, I hear someone yell out, "Look out!" And my hands gripped the wheels really tightly. And I, looked around. I was on high alert, right? And I checked the rear view mirror, the side mirrors, the front, everything, right? I felt like I was in control. I had everything under control, right? And so as soon as all of this happened in a flash. And as soon as I made sure that everything was fine, I didn't need to slam on the brakes, or I think I did probably touch the brakes slightly, but mostly I was just checking. And I made sure everything was okay. I didn't need to change lanes or anything like that. I said, "What is it? We're okay." And it was my dad. And he had just awoken from his slumber. And, in that sleepy state, all he could see was red lights from the cars and all these cars. And it just scared him to death. And so his first reaction was to yell out, "Look out," which, thank goodness, I didn't respond. I didn't overreact, right? I didn't freak out. I didn't slam on the brakes. I didn't change lanes or swerve or anything like that, right? Because that could have actually caused an accident. But it made me get on high alert to double check and just make sure, was everything safe? Was I missing something? Was everything okay? And everything was okay. But that's kind of like what fear is, right? When you're caught off guard by something like my dad was, fear is there to warn you, as a signal. It's a call to action saying, hey, do something right now or else something bad could happen. But for me, fear was also a signal saying, warning, warning, there might be a call to action here. You need to double check. And I did double check and I felt fine. Oh, I thought it stopped recording. Sorry. See, there's fear, right? And there was nothing to fear. So I double checked and then I laughed. But in the instance of the vehicle, no, I did not laugh. I just kept my composure and kept moving forward. But it also was really very reassuring for me to know that, yeah, I was doing what I needed to do. Everything was on track and it's okay. So fear, just like my dad, you can stay in the back seat and go back to sleep. We don't need you here, right? And that's kind of the metaphor, right? That's how you can treat fear in your life. It is the wonderful but a little bit overprotective, somewhat it's just there looking out for you, right? It's there, it's got your back, and it's there to keep you on your toes and make sure that you can verify all your bases and cross all those T's and dot all those I's and say, is this really the direction I want to be going in? And am I really taking the steps that I want to take right now? And if the answer is yes, you double check, then great. Go to sleep, fear. Thanks. Thanks for being a good friend. Thanks for watching my back. And then there are some times when you're like, wow, thank you, fear. You kept me out of a tough situation. I had that happen earlier today. In fact, I was on the highway and all of a sudden I see the red lights, right? And people are slamming on their brakes. And so all right, so I start braking, but at that moment, I also always check my rear view. And there was this car right on my tail. I could not see their headlights. I could barely see half of their front hood. It was a little car too. So they must have been like right up against my bumper. And so I start tapping the brake like hard, like really hard, to tell them, hey, back off and don't hit me. The last thing I want is an accident. Fortunately, everything worked out okay, but I mean, they were really braking hard in front of me. And so, you know, it was a busy highway with a median. I couldn't jump out of the way, but thank goodness there was no accident. But as soon as I could, I got out from being in front of that driver because I didn't want to tempt fate again. So the point is, yes, learning to befriend your fear, look at it as the friend that it is. It is here to get your back, to let you know, hey, I'm watching out for you, and just double check sometimes, but you got this. You got this, and keep going. So that's what I'm here today to tell you. You got this. So keep going, and as always, be luminous. Thank you.